What scares me the most? Grenadians are failing at kindergarten level. AI is not primary school. It is not secondary school. It is doctorate level. That scares me. We are falling for the Samsung scams. $800,000 weekly. We're falling for send $2,000, you get $1 million back. We're falling for I'm in love with you and I am filthy rich, but for you to access my funds, you must first prove that you are worthy. Send me $3,000. Mind you, these are things that are happening based on what we're seeing at the National CSUT. These are things that are happening. And Grenadians are falling for these at that level. I call these kindergarten scams. They're clicking on link where they are auto-correcting errors in the message. The misspelled words, they are fixing it in here and they are reading what is not there. Fraud GPT and some of these other malicious AIs, they are not making grammatical errors. They are getting it right every time. And if we can't at this stage tell that this does not make sense, why do I have to send you money to get the money that I want? I had a hard time explaining to somebody just a few days ago how they would not be getting a box of money from FedEx. It doesn't matter how much $1,000 they send. I had to explain to the person that when that money touched down, they will find themselves sitting in a little office having to explain what kind of criminal activities they are involved in. Money laundering. What courier transports a box of cash? And the person was adamant, no, they send me a picture and my name there on it. That is my money. I just need to send the processing fee. And I'm thinking we are failing at kindergarten level. We still have Grenadians wanting to find out what kind of potato they are in the quizzes and so on Facebook. And we've been saying for years, leave that alone. There are people whose accounts have been compromised, and it's not because they have a weak password, not because they did not have 2FA, two-factor authentication turned on, but they clicked a malicious link. And you explain to them, listen, if you click and nothing happened, you should be worried because something happened that you were not supposed to see. That scares me. AI being used to create these scams and, target our people, knowing what we're failing for, we have problems. Our system relies heavily on trust. I had a session sometime back with one of the financial institutions and I explained to them that, listen, you need to have policies in place and you need to stick to them. If the phone rings and you hear Jervis Dabrio's voice on it, don't follow no instructions Jervis Dabrio give you. It may not be me. We need to have different systems put in place, all right? Because it would sound like me. And I may know nothing about it. You have calls coming in. We had a couple persons who reached out to the CSUT where they got calls from themselves. And in one instant, the young lady said she answered, and I'm like, you answered? But does that make sense? You calling you, but social engineering worked. Curiosity got the better of her. She answered. Some of these are spoof calls, some of the numbers are premium numbers. You answer the call and your credit disappear, and then you cost the telecom provider. No, you just answered a very expensive phone call. All right, so that scares me. That scares me quite.